And my name is Carlos Ray, and I'm a very proud member of the executive team here at Zhunrize. And even, I'll tell you what, I'm equally as proud to be sitting next to my dear friend Steve Smith for many years, actually over a couple of decades. Steve was a co-founder of a company called Excel Communications, which many people know, millions all over the world. That company broke just about every record in history of business, right? On and on. And to me, Steve has been more than just a mentor, a friend, somebody I could trust implicitly. And when when I called him up and talked to him about Zhunrize, he really looked into it in a very astute way, very detailed way. And to me, Steve, you got to understand, here's a man that his organization had over 5 million reps at one time that had gone through. At one point, over 2 million active representatives, and we're talking about a time way before Facebook and any of that, right? And we, again, the company breaking almost every record there was in business. It was a very special time. And with that, I want to turn over to Steve and let him say a few words to you, and I'll pick up again.
Well, thank you, Carlos, and it's good to be with you here again. I remember us meeting for the first time. I think you were only about 15, weren't you? Something like that.
Yes.
It's been a while anyway.
Yeah.
And down in Florida, and gosh, I remember when I met you. You were just kind of like a kid, and we played golf down in at Doral. I think down there was one of the first times I got to be around you, and then what a great career you had with Excel. I mean, from that little guy that I met down there to, ultimately becoming the biggest earner in Excel. And I even heard that your group did something over a period of time, something like $1 billion worth of revenue over a period of time, the organization that you built. And then I followed your career from that time on to, through all your personal trainings, your business trainings, all the things that you've done in your life. And it's just been an amazing career. When you gave me a call and asked me to come look at this, I have to tell you, I've been looking for something for, ever since Excel, to be something that was bigger than Excel. And then the opportunity to come look at this and to work with you again, and to be a partner with you and building this company is just, I'm all in.
Very good. Well, Steve, for me, as Steve was telling me that he's developed a logo that has 2 lightning bolts, where lightning does strike twice. And I remember him telling me that a while ago. And for me to be working with Steve again is a dream come true. To be a part of this phenomenon, we call the Excel a phenomenon, and there was a phenomenon. It was the first time that a service company joined forces with direct selling and network marketing. Steve's comp plan, he devised the entire comp plan and everything, and the trainings and everything else. A lot of the things still to this day that I teach, I give all the credit to Steve and what he did. They actually wrote a book called The Excel Phenomenon. And it was a bestseller on the New York Times list. I mean, it's still for sale. I mean, it's still on the market. What is the word phenomenon? The very word phenomenon stands for once in a lifetime occurrence. Well, guess what? This is the phenomenon of phenomenons. It really is, because and we'll talk more about the specifics of why Zhunrize is that phenomenon, right? We go on for many reasons, starting with Jeff Pan and the great CEO that he is, and his heart and his vision for everybody, and that this opportunity really is for the average person that has never made a success in anything else that they've tried before, or maybe they had a success that didn't last too long, But again, for me to be alongside of Steve, working and helping people To me, it's a passion to help people. You know, it's my life. It's my purpose in life is to help people. No question about it. And to be able to, like I said, to be able to be alongside of Steve is actually it's a complete dream come true, a complete turnaround, full circle, and we are going to absolutely do much more than we ever did before. Would you agree?
And it has come full circle. That being together in Excel was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot of things since that time, so it's kind of coming around, and it's pretty exciting actually. You know, I remember in Excel the fact that you were. I mean, we all thought as we would go over the guys that were doing everything out in the field that there just wasn't anybody out there that would hold a candle to what you were doing in the organization that you were building out there. So, once again, I think you're going to do unbelievable things in Zhunrize, and I'm just excited to be a part of your team now. Well, one time you were part of my team. Well, we were teammates together.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to have the invitation and the opportunity to work with you again is just it's really a dream come true.
Well, thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. And for those of you that are listening, ladies and gentlemen, don't pass this one up. And when I say don't pass this one up, I mean take a hard look at what we have here, and furthermore, get involved. Get involved. There's so many people that I talked to today. Even we talk about going way back in Excel. Oh, Carlos, I wish I was known when you told me about Excel back. How many times did you tell me? And I always said no, this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here will absolutely, and Steve said it the other day, we are going to absolutely crush in a good way and save a lot of people out there that are struggling. There's in the economy today, the way it is, unemployment, all sorts of things. And not to be negative, let's be positive here. We have an opportunity here, whether good times or bad times, whatever times, okay, that should absolutely, for the good of your family, for the good of yourselves and your family, you deserve it. Right? You deserve not only to take a look, but get involved. And once you get involved, it'll start to open up even more and more and more. It's the only company I know of that has 6 different marketing plans that I would put any one of those marketing plans, any one, up against any company out there. All right? The fact that we're dealing in e-commerce. I mean, somebody was talking to me about a particular product, and I said to them, you know what? That to me is like comparing a kiosk in a mall where you're selling a particular product as opposed to earning from the entire mall. E-commerce is the wave of the future. We have 6 ways of making money that you don't have to partake in all 6. You can choose one or the other, or however you want to do it. There's people that maybe don't care for networking on it. They can get involved in the direct sales part of it, or there's so many different angles in this company that just never been done before. And to have this one go by, for you to see this video and not look into what we're talking about, and I say this to you humbly, from especially Steve. I mean, Lord, what he has accomplished in the industry is not an icon, is a myth. This man is a myth in the industry. Okay, and I've done a few things myself over the last couple of decades that we're telling you. Listen, my father told me when I was a little boy, you want to make a success out of yourself. You want to, in even making money. Making money is part of being successful, obviously. Listen to those that have done it. Listen to those that have made it. It's not about me and it's not about Steve. It's about you. It's about you and your family. All right, that you deserve this opportunity. You deserve not only to look at it, get involved in it, and give it all you got. Because an opportunity like this ain't coming around for a while. God bless each and every one of you. On behalf of myself and Steve, we wish you the best. We wish that this year be the best year you've ever had. That every dream you've ever had comes true and more. But you got to do your part too. God bless you all.
Absolutely.
Hello, this is Richard Ramos with the American Dream. And again, welcome to the team, Steve Smith.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Steve, for those out there that may not know your background, can you tell us a little bit about Excel Communications? Because to me, every time there's a launch with a new company that they think they're the next billion-dollar company, you guys are at the top of the list. You guys are the Mercedes and the Bentleys that they want to compare themselves against. How did that happen? Where did it start? Where did that idea come from?
Well, I think one day the stars all lined up, and two guys got together and discussed an idea. And I can remember, I was hoping to, pay rent at the end of the month. When I got involved with Kenny at Excel, and I think his vision was a little higher, but together we put together the idea of networking long distance, and we got it started, and we just never gave up. And then one day we looked back and we created something that people still talk about every day.
So you were Excel was the youngest company to be listed on the stock exchange. Is that correct?
At the time, that's what we understood. The youngest company to ever join the New York Stock Exchange. I think we were doing, after about 6 years, I think we were doing like $1.5 billion from a dead stop in long distance revenues. We did that 9 years quicker than Microsoft was able to do it, and we just set all kinds of records. I think at the time we were probably considered to be the fastest growing business in American business history. I mean, we grew with just lightning speed finally at some point in time in our growth.
Now, is it true that at one time you guys had something like 2 million active reps?
Yeah, I remember it a little bit less than that. It was about 1.75 million, something like that, and active reps. People out all over the United States selling long distance for us. We had about somewhere around 25 million customers, something like that.
So, do you think the success of the company was because you guys were the first that created it? You guys created a category, basically, and you've come on board with Carlos Ray as part of the management team for Zhunrize. What was it that attracted you to Zhunrize? Was it that they're creating a new category?
Well, and except first of all, we didn't create a new category. I mean, I think Amway was already selling MCI, and I actually saw the business done when a company called Network 2000 was selling U.S. Sprint, and that's where I got the idea from. And there are not a lot of ideas that are original, and I took that idea and put a compensation plan together. Talked to Kenny about getting it started, and we went from there. As far as joining Zhunrize is pretty much a category creator. I think. I mean, if you consider that Amazon, kind of paved the way, that's a little bit different story. But from a network marketing standpoint, I think that this is a category creator. And interesting thing about Zhunrize, and I looked for a long time. Ever since we sold Excel back in 2000, actually, I've been looking for my next Excel. I mean, you always want to do something bigger and better than you did before, and that's what I've been looking for. And as I was invited by my friend Carlos Ray, who was just huge at Excel for us. He was our number one money earner at one time, and we used to just stand and marvel of the speed at which he was building organizations for us. And he asked me to come and take a look at it, and I did that. And I've been very cautious at looking at other companies because, it seems like they've always got somebody that just doesn't fit in the management side of the business for some reason. I mean, there are either people in it that, their egos are a little too big. They don't like to see people out in the field making more money than they do. They don't see people out in the field getting more attention than they do. And it always seems to be about them and not where the emphasis needs to be put on, and about the person who's actually building their business for them. And so, and I've seen it so many times. It's not just something that happens. I mean, I've seen it company after company after company after company. And so it was with a little, I mean, it took me a while to want to come down and visit with Jeff Pan at Carlos's invitation, but But I finally did, and when I got there, I found exactly what I was looking for, because this guy, and it's a mindset. I think the person who runs a company has to first of all understand, as Carlos said, that you can only get what you want if you find a way to give people what they want. And it even goes further than that. It goes about, you can really tell there's a mindset when you hear the person talking about his goals and dreams. And you can always pick up, if they're really true to what you want and what you're looking for, because they'll say it in a way that that they mean it. And in this case, I saw Jeff Pan. His goal is to have, I think he's got about 90% retention rate right now, something like that. And to do that, he understands that he has to make sure that the little guy, the guy that normally doesn't do a whole lot in a network marketing business, is actually successful. He intends to keep all of those people, and that's mindset. He understands that the big guys are going to get well anyway, but it's the people, it's the everyday person who usually doesn't have an opportunity to do well at a business like this, that he's paying his attention to. And that's when I knew that I was talking to somebody that could pull it off.
He shared with me his vision of no family left behind. It's basically that.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So the little guy at the bottom that's really doing all the work to make sure that
it's about them. It's about them. It's about making sure that they have a chance to actually reach out and accomplish some of their dreams and goals. And for so many people, if you do that for tens, hundreds of thousands of people, you could take this industry over. I believe there are not many people who do that.
So, with Steve Smith and Carlos Ray coming into Zhunrize, there's a lot of people out there that do network marketing and direct sales. They understand momentum.
Yep.
What can we expect? We have two living legends, two giants that you don't need to be here, but you're here.
I need to be here.
You need to be here, but what's going to happen in the next couple? What can they expect? Because I just see a landslide of people wanting to get involved with Zhunrize.
Having seen it before, and not many people ever get to see the impact that momentum can take. We fought our way through a number of years of slow growth, and as we went along, more and more people would stay, and a lot would leave, but a few more would stay, and then at some point in time, our income started getting to the point. I think after 2 years, I was the top money earner in Excel, and I was making like $1,200 a month after 2 years. We weren't attracting many people at that time,
right?
And then I think after 4 years, I was making something like $35,000 a month, and people started looking at that, and they started thinking, I'll go to work and do that for that kind of money a month, and so more people would come, and still a lot would leave, but our incomes would rise, and that word would go out, more people would come take a look. And at some point in time, it just reached that point where this growth curve that normally was going kind of like this just took an upward, and our incomes just went crazy. We couldn't understand why or how it was going as fast as it was going, but it completely came out of our hands. And there wasn't. We weren't working any harder, because you couldn't work any harder than we were working. It just all of a sudden a different dynamic took place, and all of a sudden our incomes were going sky high. I remember. I ultimately wound up making over $1 million a month, and I remember the first time I got a weekly check for over $250,000. And I was running the entire marketing program for Excel, so I was mildly curious that there might have been a mistake there, but I didn't go ask. I went and I cashed the check. But I have to tell you something, to see what momentum can do to people's incomes is an awesome experience. And you just have to understand, when you see a company and a CEO, the leader of a company that has his goal, his passion, is to make sure that everybody that comes into his business realizes, the income that they're willing to go out and work for. You have to understand that momentum will hit this company, and when that happens, I think we had $2 million a month earners. We probably, we created, if not hundreds, at least thousands of millionaires, and the time that we were in Excel, and two of us, did make over $1 million a month. I think that will happen in way bigger numbers in this company. I'm sure it'll happen when momentum hits Zhunrize. I think that the income records that we set will be shattered by many. I think it's going to be a story that people will look back on years from now and not even think of what happened in Excel, because this will take over the spotlight.
Well, Steve, thanks for coming to the show. We'll end it right there. I mean, you can't top that.
I've enjoyed it.
We can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next
I
couple
can't
months.
wait either.
If you're not already enrolled in Zhunrize,
You need to get involved.
You need to get involved, because you're going to be missing out. When you got two living legends that are icons in the industry coming on board this opportunity in management, I mean, it's a win-win all the way around.
I imagine there are probably millions of people out there that look back on the Excel opportunity and didn't get involved and wish they had. Don't be one of those. Get involved in this one, trust me.
Hi, this is Richard Ramos with the American Dream, and we're here at Super Saturday for Zhunrize at LAX, and we have with us the master, Gary Regier. Gary, tell us a little bit about what's going on inside.
Man, it's just really exciting what's going on. I'm completely blown away. There aren't enough words to really explain what's about to happen here in this marketplace. We're basically putting together a marketplace that will rival not just Amazon, not just eBay, not just Overstock, but the likes of Alibaba. I know that's a tall order, and Tobo as well. You got to understand that those two platforms in China in one day did over $12 billion in sales. Okay, now that's more than Amazon, eBay combined in one day. On our Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where they did about $1 billion. In sales. So 12 billion one day. I mean, it's staggering. And the key is that they don't do what we're doing. We're really just compensating people for shopping. Okay, so when you refer other people, you get paid. When you shop on your own site, you get paid. And when the prices are 60-70% of the time better than the competition, why the heck wouldn't anybody want to shop there?
Well, and on top of that, we're also getting 20% profit sharing, correct?
Oh my God, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, so 20% of the entire company's net profits are given to us as store owners. We're basically purchasing a virtual franchise here, and it's unbelievable to think that the company is so generous that it distributes 20% amongst its store owners. So you want to ask yourself if Amazon, now knowing what you know now about today about Amazon doing about $40 billion a year in sales, what if they shared some of that with you on a daily and monthly basis? That's why I'm all about Sun City, not just the prices, but the fact that they're very giving.
Now, one of the things that's pretty cool is that the prices on Sun City, from what I've seen, most of them are way below, or they're below what they sell for on eBay. But there's an opportunity here also to be able to remarket those products, so you don't have to recruit. If you're tired of recruiting, tired of the whole NFL, no friends and family left, now you can actually approach people that you wouldn't approach to before. How does that work with the whole eBay thing?
Right. Well, eBay is very appealing, okay, because what we're essentially doing with no inventory, no real upfront risk. Basically, if you can copy and paste, you can position items on eBay, and eBay is a very powerful marketplace. It gets a ton of traffic. A lot of people spend money there. A simple supply and demand, where you can find our items on Sun City that are near wholesale rates, mark them up just a little bit, and turn a little bit of a profit from eBay. But guess what? Sun City also pays you on that side as well for using them as the fulfillment source. So it's a very It's a non-confrontational way for people to get involved in a home-based business where they don't have to go chasing friends and family. They don't have to beg grandma, to help qualify for a commission. You can work at home a few hours a day, copy and paste, move items over, and generate a profit. And here's a question. In the network marketing space, think about this. With all the traditional companies out there, and I'm not disrespecting them, I don't mean anything bad by this, just understand that there's not a network marketing company that I'm aware of that allows you to put their products on eBay. In fact, if they catch you doing it, they will terminate you. Now, why the heck would they want to keep you from generating sales and keep their products out of the hands of consumers? See, that never made sense to me. In here with Sun City and Zhunrize, it's not only encouraged, it's not only, we don't just support you in it, we teach you how to do it and build platforms to automate the process.
That's awesome. One last thing, for those that came here for the first time, we had two very special guests, two living icons. They're legends in the industry. Right. Steve Smith, who built Excel Communications. They were the youngest company to ever go on the New York Stock Exchange, right. Over $1 billion. I mean, they had people in the company making $2-3 million a month, yep. Not in their lifetime, in a month. And Carlos Ray, their #1 income earner, coming together, basically coming out of hibernation, jumped on board Zhunrize. How big is that?
Well, that alone, I think you can write a book on. Think about that. The Excel was a phenomenon, literally. They wrote a book on it called The Excel Phenomenon. And it was a phenomenon because of its timing and positioning in an industry. And they were really the only company doing what they were doing at the time with a direct sales network marketing model. And you want to think about that and how it applies to what we're about to do. And it's a clue that if Steve Smith and Carlos Ray are partnering up again to help push this company forward, that's a clue. Okay, this company is going somewhere. I think we have, and again, no disrespect to Excel or anything like that. I'm just telling you that I believe that in contrast and comparison, that Excel Communications does not have 1/10 of what we have in the form of timing, positioning, or a compensation structure here. So those stories, those thousands of millionaires and a few billionaires that were created from Excel Communications is going to look like peanuts with what we're about to do here. And those two coming together is really a testament of that.
There you go, folks. If you've been waiting for the next best thing, it is here. Sign up now. If there's a link on this page, click on it, talk to the person that invited you to this video, because if you don't jump on now, you don't want to be regretting this 3 months, 6 months, or 3 years down the line. Thanks a lot, Gary.
All right, thank you, man.
Imagine being one of the first few to position yourself and your team to ride the next big financial wave. Catch this huge wave and you'll enjoy more options, more freedom, much more income. Just imagine these potential results. Begin leveraging our hybrid business building system and you can begin earning hundreds, even thousands of dollars a day within the next 90 to 180 days by simply offering millions of everyday household consumer products to the entire world. All this is possible using our powerful turnkey online savings store platform. You'll tap into the industry's leading compensation plan, a daily profit sharing pool based on selling products and services online that everyone uses every day, a monthly President's Bonus Pool, a 2x5 forced matrix compensation plan. We also offer a real-time personal sales commission and a real-time generational sales commission. Most importantly, we are a U.S.-based company, not an offshore money scheme that promises higher daily returns or guarantees you pre-IPO stock certificates or stock splits. Look, if it sounds too good to be true, well, you know that story. Position yourself right now and get in early on this global tsunami, and discover how you can participate in this unique opportunity to get paid daily. Be honest with yourself. Can you really afford to wait another day, week, or month, even another minute? This is big. This is powerful. National founder positions are very limited and going quickly. Watch for the next text coming to your mobile containing a live link to plug you into our webinar right away. See you there.
It turns out we are all looking for the same thing: more money, more time, more freedom, more options. But to find that, you must have a company that meets the 5 criteria. Number 1, products that are in demand. Products people want, that they consume every day and are priced for profit. Number 2, a strong company. We are less than 1 year old with U.S. operations and sales growing globally. We are growing. We are stable, but we are still wide open. Number 3, proven leadership. It's a fact. We will have more people earning 6-figure checks faster than any other company in the industry. Period. Number 4, systems. We have a proven business building systems and training with infrastructure all over the world. And number 5, timing. Look, others hope for momentum. We have it. That means people like you are crushing it like never before, changing their lives, changing their situation, changing their bank accounts. Now is your chance to win. Now is your time. This is your answer. What kind of product could cause this kind of excitement? Develop this much revenue? Create this much momentum? It's easy. It's simple. It's online shopping. Already a $200 billion market, growing to $400 billion in the next 5 to 7 years. Amazon started this trend, making it socially acceptable to purchase books and music online. Now they do $34 billion a year in sales. eBay followed. Overstock followed. And now there are dozens of players. But we are different, because now, for the first time, you can profit. Look, the whole social media phenomenon wasn't even around during the first boom. Imagine what will happen this time. We will show you proven ways to turn your contacts into customers, and your customers into a massive sales force. Warm market and cold market. We will show you exactly what to say, exactly what to do. Companies are making billions. Now you can cash in too. Grab your piece of the multi-billion-dollar online shopping market. Start your own online shopping business from home today. Not an investment, not a scam, but a real business that you own. And we handle all the details: inventory, shipping, customer service. This is turnkey, simple, and global. Find out what thousands already know. Online shopping is king. Position yourself today. Click on the webinar link and take the next step. You will get the answers from the person breaking all records, already one of the top earners. Learn about a proven company with a proven concept, proven products, proven success. Who knows? You could be the next online millionaire.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Gary Regier. Over the course of the next 20 to 25 minutes or so, I'm going to be taking you through this very powerful profit share program and internet business called Zhunrize. And we are literally a giant on the rise and in the making, where we're going to revolutionize the online shopping industry. Now, let's look at an emerging trend. Now, we know globally right now that online shopping is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. But let's just look at it here in the United States, okay? In 2011, it was $202 billion industry. 2012, 226. It is projected that by the year 2016, online consumers will increase their spending by 62%. This is according to Forrester Inc. And it's not just the young folks that are doing it. It's everybody across the board, even 65 and above. Now, remember, about 10 years ago, it was still a little bit taboo to shop online. Now, it's widely accepted, and people are doing it more so now than ever before, not just to save money, but for the convenience factor. No lines, no traffic, no screaming kids, in many cases, no taxes. All right? So we're literally just at the forefront of this emerging trend, and all the sales in America in 2012 only represent about 5% of the total sales in America. So we haven't even scratched the surface, folks. And we're going to encourage you to participate in our global e-commerce business. Now here's the goal: to have an online shopping business worldwide that is open 24/7, 365 days a year. An online distribution network of people with their own online stores generating sales, and we each get a little cut of that. You see, we know that people all over the world right now are buying things online. Right now, in Hong Kong, somebody's buying something online. Right now, in Connecticut, somebody's online buying something right now. Right now in Canada, South America, Germany. You get the point. Now, why aren't we making money on those purchases? Because we don't have the capacity. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the capital to participate in that marketplace. But with Zhunrize, now you do. Also, promote your online business to everyone, no matter the geographic location, and create income and get paid even while you're asleep. Now, the Zhunrize vision is very simple. Together at Zhunrize, we will advance the global online shopping revolution by bringing new opportunities, wealth creation, and sharing to families worldwide. We're a fairly young company, founded in 2012, and we're U.S. based and registered in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, what's our advantage? Quite simply, it's our value proposition. It's what we get to take to the marketplace. With a Sun City and Zhunrize online savings store, you get a turnkey online savings store with great prices. Wholesale prices, that many of which beat Amazon and many of our other competitors already. Drop shipping and the other following services: product development, vendor relations, customer service, shipping, inventory, website design, web maintenance, server hosting, credit card processing, billing and invoicing, refunds, and online marketing. Which, by the way, guys, I'm going to touch on our online marketing system. It is second to none, and I'll get to that later in this presentation. Also, our business model. Now, really in America right now, everybody only has one option. What is it? To spend money. With Zhunrize, you actually have three options: to save money, make money, and participate in the profit sharing of the company. You see, Zhunrize takes a portion of its earnings and distributes them amongst all active representatives in the company. Absolutely phenomenal, and I'm going to get to that more here in a minute. Now, what are we really? We're more than just online shopping, okay? We certainly are an online shopping portal, kind of similar to an Amazon or eBay, but we're also a virtual franchise, okay? And we also have profit sharing. So I've seen other companies that are either one of these, but not all three. We actually have all three components built right in. Now, our other advantage is our diversified product portfolio. We sell everything that people want, people need. And the greatest thing about what we're doing is we cater to how people buy things now. You see, in traditional network marketing and home-based businesses, we're forced into these auto-ship things, or we're forced to promote a very limited line of products. And you know, people that sign up for these auto ships, and there's great products out there, I'm not trying to knock it at all, but we're just not used to getting products on a monthly basis. And what happens if you don't take that product religiously, it tends to stack up in our garage or in our medicine cabinet. And after a few months, we've got a cabinet full of these products. We don't need the auto ship anymore, so we cancel it. It's hard to build a long-term residual income when people are dropping like flies. Now with us, we cater to how people buy things. You see, when you need something, what do? You go buy it. When you want something, what do? You go buy it. When you have an impulse to buy something, what do? You go buy it. Okay, so that's all we're doing here. And we position you to profit from the things that people buy each and every day. Well, more so than just our online savings store, we have a number of just common sense products and services that you can benefit from that you're probably paying for already. Cellular services, home security, satellite TV, electricity and gas. Hey, you might know some folks that actually pay those bills every month. You can now get paid on that. Travel. Okay, we've contracted with one of the top 5 internet providers for travel in the world, where now anytime you or anyone you know takes a vacation, you buy it through your store, you get paid. We also have an extensive line of technology products that are specific to Zhunrize that's coming out very soon. And here's the best thing. The sky is the limit for our future. There is no cap, there is no limit to the amount of products and services that we add here. Okay? And we're going to only add the most appealing and most profitable services that we possibly can. Now, it's very, very cost effective to get started with us here, and we have several positions you can get started at. Now, most people are going to choose to come in as an EBO. Okay, an EBO is somebody who has an online savings store. Okay, if you come in as an ICR underneath number 2 down there, if you come in down here at this position, I got to warn you, you're considered an independent customer rep and you do not have an online savings store. Kind of defeats the purpose here. But we do have that position for folks that just want to promote our cell phone services, our travel services, electricity and gas, home security, basically anything that doesn't require our online savings store. All right. Now our next position, our first position is Premier. That is the full suite of goodies that you get as a business owner here with us. Next is Pro. Next is Basic. Next is ECR. Now Premier starts at $3,000. Now Premier is a $3,000 entry fee, and for everything that you get. Okay, and me being an internet marketer and really wanting to compete in the e-commerce space for many years now, I actually contracted a programmer. I was going to begin the process to set up my own e-commerce type site, and when just having the initial conversations with him, he told me that just the programming alone to basically compete with the big boys would cost me anywhere between $45,000 and $60,000. Okay, we take care of all that stuff for you, so you can easily add, for what you get for $3,000, you can add a couple zeros to that, and it's still a heck of a deal. All right, so and it goes down from there, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about these positions here in a minute, but just understand that each one of these positions has its own set of benefits, and you kind of limit yourself with some of the lower positions, but I'll talk about that more in a minute. Now, I'm going to get into the compensation plan here. Just understand we have a very aggressive, very game-changing compensation plan here with this opportunity, but I have to give this disclaimer. Okay, success at Zhunrize is not guaranteed, but rather influenced by an individual's specific efforts and product sales. Okay, so here's our game-changing comp plan. We actually make money 6 ways. Through product sales commissions. That means you sell something, whatever the profit margin is, 50% of that profit goes to you. The other 40% goes into the profit sharing pools, and 10% actually goes to our company. All right, so that's one way, through product sales commission. Another is daily profit share, monthly presidential sales bonus pool. That's another profit share pool, generational sales overrides, and our monthly 2x5 force matrix commission structure, and our weekly leadership matching bonus. All right. Now, let's talk about the first 2 entry-level positions. That was called ICR and ECR. That was the $20 position, and the ECR is $100 down and $30 a month. Okay. Now, when you start at these two positions, you drastically limit the amount of money you can make because you do not qualify for the daily and monthly profit sharing pools as well as the weekly leadership matching bonus. Okay, so if you're interested in passive income, if you're interested in when the company makes money, you make money, you're going to want to get started at basic and above. This limits you to 3 ways you make money: 50% product or service sales commission, monthly 2x5 force matrix commission, and generational sales override up to the second level as an ECR. That means you're building a team, bringing other folks in, helping them set up their own online franchise, and you get a little cut of what they're doing. Now, this is how the daily and monthly profit share pools work. I kind of already touched on this. 40% of the total profit that the company makes on a daily and monthly basis gets put into our profit share pools and distributed amongst the representatives that are qualified proportionally. Okay, so 20% goes into the daily profit share pool and 20% goes into the monthly profit share pool. Pardon me. Now, there are some very easy qualifications to stay qualified here. Now, this is a business. You are going to have to work. Okay, so there is some work involved. It's not just sit back and collect money, but very easy to qualify for what we're doing. You either bring in one representative into the business or generate one sale. You can buy something yourself. It can be even a $5 book you purchase from the store. As long as one sale is made per month, you're qualified in the daily profit share pool. Now, for the monthly profit share pool, there's a little bit more work involved here, and I can tell you from experience that the money that they pay out here is absolutely phenomenal. It's a nice little bonus to begin the month. Now, to qualify in your first 30 days in the business, you must bring in 3 representatives. That means 3 people, help them get started with their own online franchise, and generate 3 sales. Those 3 sales can be anything you want, even 3 $5 or $1 items if you can find $1 items in the store. And that has to be done in your first 30 days. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what happens if I don't do it in my first 30 days? Well, don't worry. You're not completely locked out. We just make you work a little bit more and acquire 5 distributors. That's 5 people who also want an online franchise with us and generate 5 sales. And there is no time limit on the amount of time that you do that in. It can be 5 months or it can be 5 years, but I'll work with you to make sure it doesn't take 5 years, okay? And then to stay qualified in this monthly profit share pool, it's just continue getting or generating 1 sale or 1 customer per month starting in your second month. A disclaimer, I need to emphasize this again, only the basic level, which is the $495 to start, $50 a month, Pro, $1,500 down, $75 a month, and Premier, $3,000 down, $100 a month. Only those positions qualify for daily and monthly profit share programs. Okay. Here's how the generational sales overrides work. Now, as an ICR, you only get paid 1 level. It's 5%. As an ECR, you get paid 2 levels. Okay, that's 10% on your first level, 5% on your second. So let's say you're an ECR, you bring Joe in. Joe is your first level. Joe sets up his franchise and brings in Sally. You would earn 5% off of Sally's total sales that she makes at her online store. And you can do that as many times as you want. Now, as a basic, you get paid 3 levels, okay, between 10 and 3%. As a professional, you get paid up to 6 levels, between 5 and 2%. And as a premier, you get paid up to 10 levels, between 15 and 3%. So obviously, if you're interested in building a team, if you're interested in having a global distribution network, you're probably going to want to come in as one of these top 3 positions, not just for this portion of the comp plan, but because it positions you to make money in the profit share program. Okay. Now, here's an example of how the generational sales overrides work. Now, let's just use a simple 3x3 duplication model here. In this hypothetical example, you are a premier OSS store owner and qualify for sales overrides up to 10 generations of all ECR store owners' sales efforts. Now, this is a hypothetical example. We're going to use all the ECR level. That's the 99 down, $30 a month position. We're going to use that as the example. All right. On your first level, you would have 3. On your second level, you would have 9. On your third level, you would have 27. All the way down 10 levels. When it fills out, when it finally fills out, you're going to have 88,572 people. We earn a commission on these fees. Remember, don't forget, between 15 and 3%. Your commission will be 262,588. Phenomenal. But that's not it. Don't forget, we get paid on the annual monthly hosting fee incomes as well. That's going to be roughly $900,000 over the course of the year. And this is the part that really excites me. Annual product sales from all stores, all 88,572 of them, let's just say that each one of those stores is generating just $10 a month in revenue. That's 3 cents a day, folks. That's nothing. And with some of the internet marketing and eBay strategies I teach my people, I'm going to be adding a couple zeros to this, all right? But we're going to stay conservative and use $10 as the example per store over the course of 12 months. What you're looking at in totally passive income, leveraging people's natural buying and spending habits is over, well, it's over $10 million, okay? We rounded down here. That is absolutely phenomenal, folks. Now, that was all as an ECR level. What if we use the same 3x3 model, but everyone coming in as basic? Remember, people are going to want to come in as basic for the profit share program, so the chances of this happening is much greater than you think. Plus, you're going to have a number of folks who upgrade from ECR to basic naturally as they start to begin to earn commissions. They're going to want to participate in the profit share as well. So in this model, remember that it's $4.95 to get started. We earn between 15 and 3%. What you're looking at in commissions is over $1 million. Annual monthly hosting fee income, well over $1 million, and still generating $10 per store. $10 million. That's just absolutely staggering, the amount of money that's here. But folks, I know these are big numbers. I know this is a little overwhelming for some of you. What if we got it 50% right and 50% wrong? Would half of this be okay with you? Would half of this be okay with you? Well, what if we got it 10% right and 90% wrong? I still think we're doing pretty darn good here, folks. So these are relatively big numbers, I understand, but they're actually conservative when you look at the size and scope of this opportunity. Now, we have a 2x5 force matrix. Now, very simply, let me just explain what that means. The company positions people in a matrix fashion. So basically, whether you bring in 1 or 5 people, okay, it's still going to fill out in a basic 2x2 duplication model. So, and I'll show you an example of that in a minute. But for personally sponsored, everybody that you personally bring into the business, you're going to get paid 15% of their monthly hosting fee. For all non-personally sponsored folks that join your organization, you're going to get paid on their monthly hosting fee based on the following table: between 40 cents and $2.50. So as an ICR, let's say you're an ICR and you bring in an ICR, 40 cents. You bring in an ECR, you're still earning 40 cents. You bring in a Premier, 40 cents. Whereas if you're a Premier and you bring in an ICR, it's 40 cents. If you bring in an ECR, it's 60 cents. If you bring in a Basic, it's $1. If you bring in a Pro, it's sorry about that. It's $1.50, and if you bring in a Premier, it's $2.50. Now these are based on the monthly hosting fees. That's our monthly dues to participate in the company. We get paid on that as well. Well, how much money is really available here? Let me show you. It's very, very staggering, the amount of money here. So here's a hypothetical example. Now I know it's a 2x5 force matrix, but we actually pay down 18 levels. Let me explain. When you recruit just 2 people into the business, even at the $20 position, you're qualified to get paid 5 levels. When you recruit just one more for a total of 3, you're qualified to get paid down 10 levels. If you recruit just one more for a total of 4, you're qualified to get paid down 14 levels. If you recruit one more for a total of 5, you're qualified to get paid down 18 levels. Okay, so recruit 5 people, even at the $20 level, you can get paid on 18 levels of totally passive viral growth. Now, this again is paid on the monthly hosting fees. All right, so in this hypothetical example, let's say you qualify to get paid down 18 levels, and you sign up as an ECR. That's just the $100 level, $30 a month, and you qualify for sales overrides on an average of 60 cents per ECR per month in your matrix. As this thing grows out, 5 levels, you'd be making $37 a month. 10 levels, you'd be making $1,000, $1,200 a month. 14 levels, pretty close to $20,000 a month. And as this thing grows naturally and virally, down 18 levels, you'd have about 500,000 people. You're getting paid 60 cents on each one of those. You'd be making over $300,000 a month. Residual income, folks. True residual income. Now, I know this number can be staggering, but I want you to pull from memory and past knowledge of other companies that have seen this kind of growth. Facebook, 1 billion users. Twitter, many millions of users. And I've seen other companies like this grow to 2 million, 3 million people. Okay, so it's very early in the game with us here at Zhunrize, and somebody will get paid on 500,000 people. The question is, will it be you? The question is, will you see this opportunity and jump aboard early enough so that you have the potential to get paid on all the people that are going to be coming in after you? Absolutely. We also have a weekly leadership matching bonus. This is basically 10% matching bonus paid weekly for the premier EBO who has enrolled a minimum of 3 personal qualified EBOs. That's basic, pro, and premier. Okay, and help those 3 enroll their 3 personal qualified EBOs, basic, pro, or premier. And when you do that, the company will pay you 10% weekly leadership matching bonus to the qualifiers for the total commission earned among all 12 qualified EBOs. Now remember, these are all basic, pro, and premiers. These are all people that are earning money daily and monthly in the profit share program, so guaranteed you will earn 10% of whatever they earn. The only qualification must be that you yourself are a premier, and any 4 out of the 12 basics and above must be premier as well. So in this example, you're a premier. You've qualified because you have 1 premier, 2 premier, 3 premier, 4 premier. All the rest can be basic. Okay? So very easy to qualify, and because again all of these people are basics and above, they're making money because they're in the profit share program, and you're earning 10% like clockwork every single week. Absolutely phenomenal. Another advantage here, if that wasn't enough, is we have an online marketing system that is absolutely second to none. With our one-click online marketing system, it will help you automate the process of approaching, contacting, following up, and acquiring of both reps and customers for you. Okay, and we can do this a number of ways. We can use word of mouth. We can use our email marketing system. We can use our customizable lead capture pages and just drive traffic, right? And we're going to basically be teaching you a number of ways that you can utilize this marketing system to effortlessly grow your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you're working or playing or sleeping. One more advantage, we are U.S. registered in the state of Georgia. Based in Atlanta, Georgia, where our headquarters is at. We've also filed with the Securities Exchange Commission in September of 2012. That's important for me, knowing that the company is U.S. based and registered with the Securities Exchange Commission and already got pre-approval. Absolutely phenomenal. So what is our advantage? Just to recap here, we have a value proposition. That means we can justify our point of entry here. What do you get when you get involved with us here? You get an online store that is worth at least 6 figures or more based on my investigations of how to set up an e-commerce site. You get all that for $3,000. We have a disruptive business model unlike anything else in the industry. A very diversified product portfolio that we're not just solidifying, but we're adding to more and more every month. We have a game-changing comp plan, powerful online marketing tool, and we're U.S. registered and based company. Now, some very simple questions I'm going to ask you. Number one, do you know anyone who wants to get paid on many people when they shop and purchase online? Do you know anyone who would like to get paid on their own travel, their own energy, wireless, skincare, technology, and many other products and services that they buy anyways right now? Do you know anyone who would also like to get paid a percentage of the entire company's worldwide sales on a daily and monthly basis? Is a forced matrix plan attractive to you? Is the company being U.S. based important to you? If the answers to these questions are yes, then does it make sense to go ahead and register and position yourself in this powerful 2x5 matrix as soon as possible? If the answer is yes, you're going to click the link below this video, and I'll see you on the next page. Thank you for your time here, folks. Take care. God bless. Greetings, everybody. My name is Gary Regier, and in this training video, I'm going to walk you through the very simple process on how to get enrolled and signed up with us here in Zhunrize. The first thing that you do is you go to the Zhunrize site of the person that is personally enrolling you into the business, your sponsor, your upline, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so once you get to their website, you're going to go up to the upper right hand corner of the website and you're going to click this button here that says sign up. It will take you immediately to a page that looks like this, where you begin to enter just some basic information at this point. So you're going to enter in this field here, your best email address. Okay, make sure it's a valid email address because you get all your commission notifications, updates, training webinars, a number of different things from the company. So put your main email address in that box. Then you're going to simply choose a password. Choose something that's simple for you to remember, but not that simple for people to guess. Okay, so this is your password for your website. You're going to enter it here, and you're going to go ahead and enter it a second time into that field there where it says confirm password. Then you're going to scroll down the page a little bit further and you're going to choose your security questions. Now these questions are in the event that you forget your password. You can easily access your password by answering these simple questions. So in question number 1, you can choose a drop-down menu here, which will look like this, and you can choose the question you wish to answer. In this case, we're going to choose mother's maiden name, and go ahead and put your mother's maiden name in the field that says answer 1. And you're going to choose a second question the same way, clicking this drop-down menu and picking a question that you'd like to use as question number 2. In this case, it's in what city does your nearest sibling live? And the answer in this case would be Seoul. Okay, so again, you can choose any questions that you'd like and just make sure that the answers are something you will remember. In the event that you lose your password, you can access your password by answering these very simple questions. Scroll down the page a little bit further and you're going to verify your sponsor information here. Make sure that you are being sponsored by the person you are intending to sign up with, and you do that by just confirming their sponsor ID. Okay. Once you've done that, go ahead and start putting in your identity information, first name, last name, and in the event that you own a business license, a tax ID, or EIN number, you can go ahead and actually register your business with your business entity. Okay, this is probably not going to apply to the majority of you watching this video, but in the event that you do have a business that you are signing up as, you would simply click this box here and put your business name in this field right here. You're then going to scroll down the page a little bit further and begin to put in your contact details. Okay, in this box up here, you're going to put your primary phone number. Okay, in this case it's a cell phone, and you can choose primary phone type by clicking this drop down menu and you'll have a few options. Then go ahead and put in your mailing address, the address where you physically receive your mail. Okay, put your street and number in the first box. In the event that you have a post office box, you can actually put that here, and put your city, zip code or postal code, choose your country and state or province. Scroll down the page a little bit further, and this is now where you begin to choose how you would like to name your website. Okay, in my example, I used my name, GaryRegier.Zhunrize.com and GaryRegier.SunCity.com. So these are your two main marketing websites. This is your Zhunrize website that you're choosing a name for here, and this is your e-commerce Sun City site that you will be choosing a name for here. Once you've finished this step, go ahead and scroll down a little bit further, and you're just going to make sure that you understand the terms and conditions of our company by clicking this link here and reading through those terms so that you know and are aware of our terms of use. Once you've read and understand those terms, go ahead and click these three boxes to accept, and then click Create New Account. This will open up a new page where you begin the first part of activating your website. So in this case, I'm choosing to sign up as a basic. Okay, that's that $50 monthly hosting fee, and that's where the profit share really begins. So we highly recommend people come in at the basic level or above. So in this case, I'm going to choose basic. You click anywhere on the picture or this link here, and it will automatically take you to the next page. Confirm that you have chosen the right hosting fee for whatever level you're getting started as. As a basic, I'm choosing the $50 monthly hosting fee. So once I've confirmed that, I scroll down the page a little bit, click Add to Cart. That will take me to my shopping cart, and very simply, you are going to click Checkout and start entering in your billing information. So very simply put your billing information, first name, last name, billing address, and phone number. Scroll down a little bit further, enter your card information, your credit card information. You're going to choose Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. Put your name that is on the credit card, your card number, expiration date, and your 3-digit code, which is located on the back of your credit card. Scroll down the page a little bit further, click Review Order, and that will take you to this page where you're going to review, confirm everything is correct, and once you've verified all that information, just click Submit Order, and you're done with that portion of the sign-up process. Now, step 2 is very simply submitting payment for your online savings store. Okay, you're going to scroll down and enter your billing information one more time, and you're going to actually choose bank or wire transfer. This is no longer available. You're simply going to choose bank or wire transfer, and then scroll down and click Review Order. Once you've reviewed your order, you're going to click Submit Order, and you're done. Now, you're done with the actual virtual part of the sign-up process. What you do at this point is you make a note of this information on the screen right now. You see, we have to physically deposit the funds into the bank, into the Zhunrize bank account, to activate our online savings store. Now, if you're getting started as a ECR, which is the $99 position with the $30 monthly hosting fee, then you can actually complete the process entirely all the way through with a credit card. As a basic or above, we have to actually physically walk the funds into a bank and deposit them with a cashier's check or money order. Now, very simply, you're going to go to Bank of America, you're going to make a cashier's check or money order payable to Zhunrize Inc., and you're going to deposit to this bank account number, okay? 334038326542. And make sure you record your 5-digit number on the check memo. All right, that 5-digit ID is given to you the second that you activate your hosting fee. And to locate this ID number, simply locate the email from Zhunrize that confirms your account here with us. All right. After you've deposited the money order to the Bank of America account, you're simply going to email the receipt that they give you to accounting at Zhunrize Inc. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your ID number, this 5-digit number here, and your username on the receipt. So the receipt that they hand you, you're going to actually physically write your ID number and your name on that receipt. Then simply either scan the receipt and send it as an email to accounting@zhunrize.com, or if you have a smartphone that takes a picture and sends emails, then just take a quick picture with your smartphone and simply email that picture of the receipt to accounting@zhunrize.com. Just make sure that that photo is clear and crisp and legible so that accounting can read the information. So that concludes our sign up process here. Welcome aboard. Take care and God bless.